Welcome. All right. Welcome. Come on in. Thank you for being with me here live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a little shout out. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching, feeling, receiving the transmission. And let me know any of your comments or your questions or like how this is landing for you. Today, I wanted to drop in with you all around like the size of your nervous system. And I think I just want to start with that place where I usually see people that come to see me. And that place where people usually come to see me, especially like on the path of chiropractic or the path of like, I'm the healer. When people come to see me from that, like those pathways, typically the nervous system is seen as like a closed system with limited possibility, limited potential that is like within like a certain range of possibility. And that range of possibility has a lot to do with like what your human lets your nervous system believe. It's really your human, which I see your human as your patterns, your programming, and your set of like problems and patterns that you see the world through. And I see the human as like the regulator of your nervous system. So you're human with all of its patterns and programming and the filters that it puts on your life based on defending you and protecting you and closing you down from perceived fears and trauma and wounding and injury and shame and guilt and all of these things that your human is petrified of you experiencing because it's caused pain in the past, and pain became bad. Pain became wrong. Pain became something to avoid. And once your system, your human system, has identified with pain as being wrong, as being bad, as being something to stay away from and do whatever you can to never experience again, that becomes like a pattern and program of behavior that your human will continuously execute. And your human will continuously create rigidity in your nervous system around protecting you and defending you from pain, anything painful. Now, I like to see these, like part of my medicine is really speaking to three different aspects of you. One is the aspect of the body. I see the body as like your instinctual animal creature. Your body literally is like your animal pet. It like wants to love you. It wants to be intimate with you. It wants to snuggle with you. It wants to be held with you. It wants to be touched and pet and loved by you and with you. And it just needs to be seen and heard and fed and nourished, just like you would your animal, right? You feed your animal, you love your animal, you give it love and affection and approval and attention. You ask it what it needs. When it's like not feeling well, you listen and you respond to what's needed in the moment. Maybe your animal needs more rest. Maybe your animal needs to change its diet. Maybe your animal needs to exercise more. Maybe your animal just needs more affection, more touch. And if it was literally your animal, pet, and it needed to sleep, would you keep kicking it and being like, you're lazy? Get up, walk around, perform. Come on, we have no time to rest. Get up. Imagine doing that to your pet. But how many of you do that to your own animal? Your animal wants to rest and you're like kicking it. Get up, keep going. You have things to do. And then you expect your animal to continue to perform for you, to continue to pump blood through your veins, to digest the food you eat, to eliminate toxins from the environment through your body, to assimilate the nutrients in the food that you eat and release the waste product, to grow new cells, to kill cancer cells, to build hemoglobin molecules for you. You just have this expectation that it's going to do all of that for you continuously, without any love, without any care, without any listening to what it needs, without giving it the exercise, the love, the nourishment that it desires. You just want it to keep performing. Imagine now your animal, pet. What would happen if you just kept expecting your pet to perform in that way? It would suck, right? And it would start to break down slowly. It would start to get more and more unable to function and be slowly dying. And that's where the human comes in and tries to keep pushing what's dead along. And then you have the soul. So you have the body, you have the human, and you have your soul. Your soul is the light of truth. Your soul is the light of truth that doesn't freaking care about your human, really, at all. Your human is tolerated because it's so ridiculously controlling. And your human is like, I have free will. I have free will. I will make everything happen that I want to happen. So your soul's like, that's silly. How funny. How funny that the human wants to control everything. Like, wow. Let's just watch this happen. I'm just going to watch this happen. Like, how's this movie going to play out? That's literally what the soul does. It's like, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy the show of the human and see how silly this is, that they think that they have control. It's so silly that we think that we have control as humans. We don't. Because as soon as you go too far off track, your soul is like, now I'm going to come in. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to bring the light of truth right through, and I am going to fuck up everything that this human has been compartmentalizing and packaging and like tightening and gripping and turning all of its control buttons. Because the soul will only hold back as long as it's being entertained by this. Because the soul knows it has a higher mission. And eventually it's going to bring it through, no matter what. And so sometimes our human will get whacked by the soul, thank goodness. And it's really because the soul let you have this free will thing as long as possible before getting too lost from your mission. And then you hear that little whisper that's like, hopefully if you're human has had enough of these dark nights of the soul, it's been like whacked enough that you're like, oh, maybe this soul is trying to get my attention. Maybe my soul has my best interests. Maybe my soul is the path. Maybe my soul is always calling. It's always the calling. And maybe my human can sit down and just follow the calling of the soul and not get whacked so hard. Maybe then it's just the whisper of the soul. The whisper of the soul listening, like, you're off track. You want this thing. Stop going there. It's not helping. So, because I have this itchy coffee thing going on, I need to listen to my animal today and make this video kind of short, because I think my animal wants like some honey and some water and to put her feet up the wall. And I'm going to listen to my animal, because I know that's the best thing to do. But I wanted to leave you here today with these 3 layers: the animal, the human, the soul. The animal is here to provide the vehicle for your soul to live life through. Your soul's only desire is the full experience of its purpose. And its purpose is not a thing you think. Its purpose is to experience the ride of life. So your body is here to provide that vehicle. Without the vehicle, the soul becomes part of the quantum field in its like unembodied, unbound like self. It's like the soul, when it's not in a body, is like the unbound you. The soul, when it's in a body, it's like binding inside of this thing called body as a vehicle to experience like the third dimension reality. So your soul comes in, it's like, hey, I'm here for this thing called life. I want to live it. I want to write it. I want to eat it. I want it all. And the human is like, I don't feel like putting this little hat on for that. The human is like, no. We're here to be safe. We're here for certainty. We're here to be protected. We're here to not have pain. We're here to avoid all the things that are uncomfortable. We're here to not have any discomfort at all or any disruption at all. How do we put enough like walls up so there's no disruption? And so it's a negotiation. Life is a negotiation through your nervous system. Your nervous system is small. When you're human, is like controlling the limits and the boundaries around it based on avoidance and defense. Your nervous system grows roots when you love your animal. Feed your animal, touch your animal, be with your animal, appreciate your animal, listen to your animal's needs, and respond to your animal's needs. Your animal needs to make sound. Your animal needs to move. Your animal needs to like have pleasure. That's your animal. And your animal needs to be responded to. Okay? That grows the roots of your nervous system. And your soul needs to know that there is space to come through and live in this third dimension and have a good time. To have the time that it contracted for, where it was like, I'm going to come in a body because like, I want to experience all these things. And then life happens for me and not to me. Life is calling me forth, and I follow the calling. So then your nervous system begins to grow and expand and really go from like a closed system to a very open system where your nervous system is like receiving like what is in your energetic vortex. And as you're receiving more of what's in your energetic vortex, your frequency, the rate of vibration of your cells starts to change. And as the rate of vibration of your cells starts to change, that frequency is then being amplified to the universe. And then the universe puts more things into your energetic vortex, and your nervous system starts to grow and grow layer by layer by layer by your frequency changing, calling new things from the universe responding by putting more things into your energetic vortex. And then your nervous system learns to continuously grow, and it's being reinforced for that growth biologically because your body is healthier. It has more energy. The neuropeptides that are moving through your system are more neuropeptides for joy and happiness and ecstasy, and less neuropeptides for depression and anxiety and stress and disease. The bigger your nervous system is, the bigger your life is. The smaller your nervous system is, the smaller your life is. And not just your physical day-to-day life, but your lifeline grows the bigger your nervous system is, because you are healthier. Your biology is now turned on. Like there's more vitality moving through your system all the time, which lengthens your whole timeline of life in your body. So your life in your body lengthens. And the smaller your nervous system is, the more contracted your cells are, the less like vitality is pumping through your system. You're more in survival. And because there's less energy, your lifeline starts to shrink and you live a shorter life. So not only is the quality of your life sucky when your nervous system is small, but the quantity of your life sucks too. So if you want a longer life and more quality in your life, you must say yes to the growth and the expansion and the depth and the deepening that your soul and your body have when they work together. And they give your human new information, and your human starts to unlock the codes of your nervous system. And that's how your nervous system really starts to grow, because your human is like closing based on defense. But when soul comes in and you are embodied, then there's more safety for your human, and your human can open up more of those doors, more of those codes. And your nervous system starts to open and grow and grow and grow. And it's like, oh, I don't have this one possibility. I have many possibilities. In the closed system, like a disease and a prognosis is a path of logic. Pathology is the path of logic. So in a closed nervous system, you have a disease, then you're given a diagnosis, and then you're giving a prognosis, and you just keep walking along that path. Oh, should I take chemo? Should I do this? Should I do that? And you die. You're walking toward death. Chemo is poison for a healthy body. Your innate intelligence doesn't need poison to survive. So, and I meant chemo is poison for a sick body. So you're just poisoning, right? It doesn't need poison, it needs health. And the other path is to have a more open, expanded system where the path of logic is now like, oh, I have multiple pathways to go down. I could choose this one, I could choose this one, I could choose this one, I could choose this one. And each one lead to a different outcome. In the closed system, there's like one outcome and you're just walking toward it. As soon as you buy in to the diagnosis, as soon as you buy into the prognosis, you're walking down that path of logic, that pathology. If, on the other hand, you have these 5 paths, you're like, oh, my body is telling me that it's proliferating a mutated cell, for instance, because there's so much freaking cancer in the world right now, right? Proliferating mutation over and over and over. It's a program that keeps spinning out the wrong code over and over and over. That's what it is. And your system doesn't recognize it's wrong. So, because we don't know our human body, rather, we don't know our body. So we don't know how to listen to our body and be like, oh my God, something's off before it's too late. So that's a whole nother story of listening to our animal before it's too late. Or like Donnie Epstein says, it's the listening to the lion's roar out in the jungle, or waiting until its breath is right upon your face, going to eat you? What would you rather have sensitivity for? The lion's breath when he's about to eat you, or the sensitivity for like way out there, I hear the roar and I'm going to start preparing right now. That's when you're tending to the body, to the animal, that's what's required, is like that sensitivity of like, something's in the pipeline, and I'm going to start preparing myself for that right now. So same thing with the 5 paths I was saying. It's like, you can say, oh, something isn't right. I'm going to listen. What's needed? More sleep? What if the path of logic took you to more sleep? I need more sleep. Oh, that rest allowed my parasympathetic nervous system to come online. When I'm in parasympathetic, when I'm sleeping and when I'm resting, my body is scanning for cells that are ill, and through apoptosis, it's popping them, killing them, and sending them out of your body. That's your innate intelligence at work. It's like, it knows what to do with the garbage. It cleans the garbage out, right? Just like you would in your house. You notice there's garbage, I'm going to clean the garbage out. You don't let the garbage just pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up, right? So why do you do that with your body? Or what if the path was like to change your diet? Or what if the path was to do like a deep cleanse? What if the path was, you know, to change your career, to change your relationship? What if those were the things rather than chemo? And I'm not saying chemo doesn't work for some people. I think that there's many systems that chemo is the only thing that will work. But it's like whatever you buy into has a greater determinant on the outcome. The placebo effect is stronger than most medicines, most pharmaceutical medicines. Did you know that? So like there's so many studies on like a doctor, someone you trust, that tells you you only have like 6 months to live, versus a doctor that you trust that says, like there's so many ways this could go. There's a lot of potential here. You could die from this or you could live. Miracles are possible. It's possible that like something you do in your lifestyle may totally alter the progression of this. It's possible that your mindset or your connection to the sacred may change the outcome here. And they found in every single study, when the person with symptoms was told by their provider that they trust that there are multiple outcomes possible, they lived longer. Some of their disease actually totally changed, totally went in. I don't even like that word remission, but like it totally changed. The outcomes changed. The people that were told they were going to die, like 9 out of 10 people died exactly when they were told they would probably die. Powerful. So powerful. So powerful what our nervous system receives and how our human will calibrate it. And when we can open our nervous system more and grow our nervous system more, rooting and rising, our nervous system can hold vast potentials, vast possibility. And our nervous system when it's bigger, has a very different life in terms of health, in terms of relationships and intimacy. A bigger nervous system has a very different life in terms of creativity, contribution to the field of humanity, different sex life, different emotional agility, just a whole different experience. So I'm going to leave you with that. For today, the contrast of the small nervous system and the big nervous system. I'm going to leave you with the human who is at the control center of what your nervous system can, the filters on your nervous system. And I'm going to leave you with tending to your animal. How do you tend to your animal? Has this transmission inspired you to think differently about your body, to love your body, take care of your body, nourish your body, understand that your body is here to provide a vehicle for the path of your life? And has this video inspired your soul to remember its calling? Your soul to have space to come in to your nervous system and space to come in to your body and space to come in and experience the purpose of your life, the meaning of your life, the beauty of your life, the gift of your life. The gift your life is onto the field of humanity. And the gift that being here on this planet with and receiving everyone is to you, to your soul's experience here, to the way that you're here to light up others with your energy, your presence, your love, and the unique thing that is you. The contribution that you make to the field of humanity when there's space for your soul to come in and drive your vehicle. When soul leads the magical moments of your life. And when soul opens your life to the deepest truth, the deepest truth. My soul to yours. Thank you.